Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
Artist Exchange Live.
The Artist Exchange. Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
Starts now. Welcome to the Artist Exchange. Welcome to the Artist Exchange radio show here live on BigStonesRadio.com.
You're welcome to. Absolutely. The reverb messes with me.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. So what's going on? Why can't I hear myself? It's really weird. So apparently,
You have to listen.
I tricked my friends into coming on to the show today.
Exactly what happened.
After 2 years, you still have to trick people into coming on
Sometimes
to
it's
your
like
show.
that.
Is that how he's
get
gonna word it?
I get
You gonna
it.
phrase it that way?
I get it.
I mean, it was the funniest way of saying it.
No, It
Yeah,
didn't,
that's
it
right.
didn't quite go like that.
It didn't quite go like, because clearly what I said was, well, I didn't initiate the conversation. What clearly happened was, and man, that's my phone actually.
Yes.
So I'm the rude
But
one.
you're busy right now.
I am, because
That's to the
people don't
side.
realize after 2 years I have a show.
Uh-oh.
They don't realize that.
My mother calls me every Friday.
But yeah, every Friday at the same exact time, most times.
Wow.
But
Okay.
So this young lady initiated the conversation, like, let's hang out. So I said, we're all broke. Let's find a way of not
Hanging out.
realizing that we are broke. So, like, what do we do?
First of all, speak for yourself. Okay.
Oh, she's very
You
rich.
don't
I
know what my
forgot.
bank account is saying to me right now.
Well, I'm broke. So I realized I was broke. I'll speak for myself.
Got to be careful what you say, right?
Right.
No, you
Life
do.
and death is in the power of the
Exactly.
tongue.
Of the tongue. Amen.
Well, I realized we should be mindful of our spending habits.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Those two things go together, though.
Always.
Yeah. They
Yeah,
are tandem.
always.
Yeah.
Always.
Budgeting is important.
Right.
Yeah.
Very important.
Sometimes it can go south if you don't.
Very south. Very
careful.
south.
Be careful.
Be careful. Be
Yeah.
careful.
Be cautious.
So this is this young lady that you hear is Mary Andrea.
He does it to my name every time. Is that the French
It is, because we had
man in you?
coffee and bluesy.
Oh,
and
so I thought
Lucy here.
so it's not Italian. It is definitely the French in you.
It's a little bit.
Okay.
A little Creole.
Little mixed breed.
Yeah, a little Creole.
Louisiana.
And that other voice that you hear is from singer Christian Harris.
Hello, good
people.
I like your glasses.
Thank you.
They're doing a lot of good
I
things.
got them on sale.
Yes,
I
sale.
needed
Gotta
to
have a
see.
sale in your
The
life.
last pair I had, what is this, an arm or leg?
It's
Oh,
an
it's
arm.
art.
The
It can
arm,
be
it was
whatever you
broke. And I was walking
Oh,
around for a week.
You
My
hate
students
that?
were like,
Why?
Sister
Ma'am.
Christian,
Yeah.
what's going on with your glasses?
Right.
you should have got creative
They
with
kept
it.
it
I
really
tried
real
to put a
with you.
popsicle. I tried to put a
Not a-
popsicle
That could have
on
been
there.
really cute.
Because eventually somebody had in the gym. I was
Okay, in the
playing with
beginning.
them.
Mhm, go
Get
ahead.
closer to your mic.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, people of America.
The world, thank
little
you.
Boy.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, international.
Yes, that's
now.
right.
International, baby.
Hey.
International.
Hence why I need these two to come on together.
It's like,
See?
what? The little boy kicked my the side of my glasses. They
Ooh.
flew somewhere.
You know what?
He would have got a phone call and an
No, it was on
invoice,
accident
And an
because they had
invoice.
failed.
and I would have accidentally sent that
In the
invoice
same
too.
envelope.
But the thing is, I couldn't because I couldn't blame it on him because it was already job broke.
Oh, okay.
But you could have.
You could have.
See, that's
You didn't
what
have to make a
gotta
big
do.
You
stink
an
about
adult.
it.
That's
You
what
can
y'all
kind of
do.
you gotta take advantage of the situation sometimes.
Yes.
Okay.
Get your
And I
way.
can't even find the arm of my glasses.
So anyway, thank you. These are the new glasses.
They are
They're
quite
like
clear
refreshing.
for people out there in radio land. They're
Yeah,
See,
clear.
I was looking for them, but I guess my insurance level only
Okay.
covered the ones that were frosted
way
on
your
the side.
insurance is set up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they were, the round tips are like, they're black at the top, and then they get frosty, and then they're frosty here. I couldn't afford the whole frosty joint.
So you can get a full
okay.
white Christmas.
Not the,
Right, I
That's
couldn't
not
get
the
the-
whole snowman.
Right, because those are the ones I
half
wanted.
of them.
And the ones that were full frosted, they were kind of like pointed. It was giving me real 1940s point
That's
on
the
the
look.
side.
Little
Yeah.
cat
Bring it
nip,
back.
little
Yeah,
cat.
little cat eye. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do
Little
that.
kid was in bed.
Yeah. I couldn't do that because I had to stick to my Malcolms.
I
Okay.
appreciate
They are
that.
studious.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how are you ladies doing?
You know what? I'm gonna speak for myself, and I can't. But I'm gonna speak for myself.
Creatively, how are you ladies doing?
I'm gonna start with how I'm doing right now.
For real. I had just started to
go there.
GoFundMe because
we can
do a joint
get
one?
to that though.
Mhm.
'Cause I've been thinking about GoFunding me.
But it has to
with
be
you
something
guys. Wait a minute.
spectacular.
Listen to me here. I have something I have to say. Okay. I've been thinking about starting a GoFundMe with you guys. See, this is a
Ooh.
special moment in history.
Actor, dancer, singer. Ooh.
Yeah,
Triple
and
threat.
but us so much more than that.
But I could want to, you know how they have like
We
the
need to do a
different
project.
levels when if you get this level, you get this.
Mm-hmm.
Like we could just show up at their party and just dance, sing, act.
Okay.
Like,
We need to schedule
yeah, we can do 9 to 11.
a tea night where we just
I
sit
have
and
some
have
water.
tea and talk about all these
Water.
brainstorming ideas.
Electricity is kind of like it's one of those things.
Oh, okay.
That's
Well, water's
important.
good too. What is that? Probably better.
Yeah,
You can do iced tea.
exactly.
Iced
Take
tea.
it pure.
Take it.
Take it all the way pure.
Just eat your tea bag.
Okay. Munching.
So, I mean, do you have any shows coming up, Miss
I
Maddie?
am bored with my life. I'm
So that means no rehearsal.
No, I'm lying. Okay.
Oh wow!
I'm not bored. I'm actually really excited about choreographing Smokey Joe's Cafe.
Oh wow!
Smokey Joe's
Smokey
Cafe.
Joe's Cafe.
At Arena Players.
Smokey
At
Joe's
Arena
Cafe.
Players.
Hey,
Alma's
Smokey
in
Joe's Cafe.
radio golf.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
When where at Arena
At
Players?
Arena Players.
Opens
See
in
how
October.
But you don't
advertise. We gonna work
communicate.
with them more advertise.
Well, that too.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
See, we have a lot to get to tonight. It might not all happen tonight.
We got 2 hours. We can get as much as we can
Woo!
get into 2 hours.
I don't know if I have 2 hours of thoughts.
I do. I got
promise
some
you do.
drink.
You'll be
I
surprised.
probably
I got
will.
some drink.
Okay.
We're artists. We always have thoughts. Something
Yeah.
always comes
Oh,
to
they
us in the
just
moment.
come and sometimes they're like.
But I would
I
have
don't
to
even want
say
that right
that
now.
I see you more on social media.
You do. Or you
You've been
don't?
taking more flicks on social media.
Are you
Okay.
putting your personal life in
I
there?
think he's doing. But what I'm trying to do, can I finish where I was before you went
Okay,
there?
crowdfunding. Okay, we was on crowdfunding.
No, we were not on that.
We was on
Tell you
Smokey
something,
Joe's.
I'm focused. Okay.
Smokey Joe's Cafe.
Yes. So
Who's directing it?
that's Randy Smith.
Randy
That is
Smith.
the one and only.
Randy Smith.
I really appreciate that. Big time.
Yes.
I've been
Great
working with him
director.
for like about 5 years on various shows that he's directed.
So talented.
And
And we
written.
just did
and written.
Yeah.
right, we just did
Oh my
Luther.
gosh.
Mm.
He
She's
did
the
do
reason
Luther.
my feet were swelled up.
I'm sad I didn't get to
Yes,
see that.
I'm just so happy that I had a chance to work with you in that light.
And I haven't used my gift certificate yet.
Yeah, we need to fix that.
I checked the balance off there because you never left.
Did you? Is it
Yeah.
good enough for you?
It was actually
to
it
just actually
was.
take care of
It
the
really
one day
was.
of activities.
It really
festivities?
is. I can afford to take 2 people.
Precisely.
good.
That's God.
Mm.
That is God.
Because I can
Nothing
remember
but the
that.
Lord.
Nothing but
Okay.
the Lord. Because I
Amen.
can remember that you left there in arrears. Like they owed you. But look at them. What a
Every
difference a
single
day
time.
will make.
Yeah, absolutely.
She choreographed Luther,
I did.
which was awesome.
It
Phenomenal.
was really great, and let me tell you how phenomenal it was. And I'm not tooting my horn, but it was just an ensemble of just amazing people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Characters.
all across the board, though. I'm not talking about just on stage. I'm talking about
Yeah. But
okay, because all of them,
all
of
of
us.
us. Yes.
we brought it together, and that's the one thing I love about theater, because you know it's always going to be something to look back at and say, wow, we had a really good time.
Mhm.
Just even if it didn't really go that great,
Right.
we had a
always have
good
a good
time.
time.
Even if
But
you drop
you-
a line.
But you can depend on Randy to always have a good show.
Even.
Randy, every show that I've ever seen or been a part of Randy's has always been a great time.
Yeah,
Every single time.
yeah. I just
Phil-
like his
Flowers
style.
for Phyllis,
Yeah,
That
flowers.
was
where she sung songs.
Songs.
why are you
Mhm.
on songs like you trying
Good,
to
real
give
good
me a
songs
single hit?
by Phyllis Hyman.
By Phyllis Hyman.
I was about to say Phyllis Wheatley, y'all, but
You-
she
Those aren't the same people.
probably some hymnals. let's take it back to this.
I forgot to
Good
say that
spiritual
she
though,
also
good
does
time.
comedy. So
She
if you ever
does.
want to come out, Let's see.
Who is she talking about?
Is that why we see you on social media a
That
lot
is
lately?
not okay.
I'm
I
just
don't know.
saying because it was a time when
That's
we
my
didn't really get to
assistant.
see you
That's my
unless you were
assistant.
working. That's your
My
assistant.
assistant uploads pictures of me all the time.
Well, you are out and about. You're doing
I
a lot of work, and I said
You know,
I can actually follow you on Instagram now,
I'm just trying to be better at being better.
and you're doing a good job. I'm remarking you on a good job that you're doing. Remarking on the good job that
Okay,
you're
fine.
doing.
Whatever you say, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just, I'm living. I'm just.
I
trying to
wasn't going to like talk about specific photos.
live.
I'm just saying in
Because
general.
I kind of heard it in how your voice had kind of went up
The
and down.
inflection
and the
then
thing
I was
that-
looking for the word. I was thinking
Mhm.
about inflection, but then I was also thinking about infliction.
Those are not the same.
kind of the same thing sometimes.
We don't want to inflict.
No,
unless
I'm
it's
just saying. I've
goodness.
just noticed that you were on social media a lot more, and I like
I
that
don't know if I am. I thought I was keeping it consistent, but
more
All right.
often than what I was used to, because I spy on people's pages a lot.
I know.
I think we all do a little
We-
Facebook,
no, but I do.
Instagram stalking. Yeah.
Well,
I
I
mean,
mean,
where I
where I
do.
like the stuff. I actually
Especially
like
when
it.
I want to find out what's going on in the city.
What's really going on with the
Mm.
city?
And
Yes,
then,
me too.
so
lately.
then I think about people who are always involved in stuff. So then I go to their
And go to their page.
and be
See,
like,
y'all
where you
famous
going?
out
Where you
there
going?
in the
Just to
city of
be where
Baltimore.
you at, but to see what's going on.
happening. Right.
Because
I
it's
got a
not
couple
like
people on my feed like that. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're here specifically so I can keep up with Baltimore.
right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
there is a few people that I don't know at all. If I saw them right now, I wouldn't be able to say, "Oh, hey, so and so." I just know I follow
'Cause
this
that's
one
what you-
guy
that's-
because he always
Hey.
posts jobs. He always posts like really good jobs too,
Mhm.
like great paying. Like, and
Nice.
it's nice to know when you're applying for a job how much your salary is going to be up front. And he
Yes.
always posts.
So that means he's getting it from a
Nice.
He's
credible
got a
source.
credible source, and I'm like,
And he's
whoever this
probably
guy
not
is
supposed to be putting all
a
the
resource.
Right. I let them
He's
people
doing
take
it.
time to
Go
do
put it
stuff
out
like
there.
that.
That's having a heart
Get
for
his name
humanity.
off air. We're gonna
Yeah.
keep him on the-
I don't even.
Okay. We don't want them shutting him down. Okay.
Or
I don't
stealing
even
those
know
jobs.
his name. That's the crazy part.
She just look at the job.
No, I just know his picture.
I got a handful of those, but they're
And she
probably
looks
not
for
for
that.
so noble
No.
a cause as finding a job.
Ah.
Oh,
Mostly
wow.
just for eye candy.
Oh,
Ah.
Yeah.
Which is
Speaking
nice
of jobs at
sometimes.
work,
Eye
can we talk
candy.
about Last House?
Last house on the avenue row. Last house on the row. Last house on the row. Sheila Gaskin's play that is going up at Arena Players November 12th,
That's coming up.
11th, I think.
11th, 12th, and
Starts at
13th.
Mm.
It's gonna be phenomenal.
Now,
Phenomenal.
who's
We're gonna have
involved
fun.
with
So
that?
we are singing.
Oh my!
As
Oh
the
yeah, I
Marble
forgot. I'm
Let's-
sorry.
Why
know what
are
I
you
think
laughing
should
at me?
happen?
No, because I remember when
Nate.
you said it.
Yes.
Let's have them give us just
I-
a
that was just
excerpt
last-
of a preview.
Oh yeah.
Okay, but
Anyone
or
who listens to the radio
or
show has
Phyllis.
heard me sing multiple times. No one wants
Oh.
that.
today is a new day.
But-
There are 20 different new listeners today. So
But
20,
we're
so
gonna
gotta-
take a
at
break
least-
real
at very
quick.
least.
And we're going to be right back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show on BeExposedRadio.com with this lovely group of people that you can see clearly on
Because we
YouTube.
love
We'll be right
you.
back. Don't go anywhere. You didn't see
You're struggling with your mortgage. You think about it. You don't do anything but think about it.
What are we going to do if we lose the house? Where are we going to go?
At work,
I can't let anybody find out. I'm so embarrassed.
at dinner,
How can I tell the kids? It's going to wreck their lives.
and at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get through this. What's going to happen to us?
It's time to stop thinking. It's time to start dialing. Call 1-888-995-HOPE for a free government program that offers expert one-on-one advice about your mortgage options.
I'm all alone.
No, you're not. We've helped over 1 million homeowners, and we want to help you. And now there are more ways to help. Call 1-888-995-HOPE or visit makinghomeaffordable.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Treasury, HUD, and the Ad Council.
To BeExposedRadio.com.
You're struggling with your mortgage. You think about it. You don't do anything but think about it.
What are we going to do if we lose the house? Where are we going to go?
At work.
I can't let anybody find out. I'm so embarrassed.
At dinner.
How can I tell the kids? It's going to wreck their lives.
And at 3 o'clock.
I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get through this. What's going to happen to us?
It's time to stop thinking. It's time to start dialing. Call 1-888-995-HOPE for a free government program that offers expert one-on-one advice about your mortgage options.
I'm all alone.
No, you're not. We've helped over 1 million homeowners, and we want to help you. And now there are more ways to help. Call 1-888-995-HOPE or visit makinghomeaffordable.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Treasury, HUD, and the Ad Council.
Are you thinking about getting your GED diploma? Well, here at the GED Pep Talk Center, we've got a number of pep talks that can motivate you.
Sometimes things don't always turn out the way you want them to.
You know that feeling? People look at you and don't believe in you.
You want some gentle encouragement. Then you're on your way to your GED diploma and a better life.
But I know you're probably just a little bit nervous.
You can find it in yourself to take that first step.
You can improve your future. You can do this. I know you can.
You need to start pushing yourself.
Now get your game face on and take the first step towards a better life.
Hurry up. Don't make me repeat myself.
Whatever level of motivation you need to get your GED diploma, we've got a pep talk that's right for you. Call 1-877-38-YOUR-GED or visit yourged.org for your pep talk and find free GED classes in your area. GED is a registered trademark of the American Council on Education, brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
When you were a little kid and you thought about what you wanted to be, teaching was at the top of your list. But things changed. And as you got older, teaching didn't seem like the best option anymore. So you're thinking you'll be something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Now you want to be a doctor. You don't think teachers save lives? 25 at a time. An actress? Try playing a different role every time the bell rings. How about a scientist? Ever heard of physics? Chemistry? Who do you think teaches that? Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, and taking learning far beyond the four walls of the classroom. It's time to recognize that great things are happening in teaching and put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Find out how you can make more at teach.org. Make more. Teach. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
This message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat. And apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable, but how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop? Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward,
I'm
but
LeVar
believe
Burton,
me.
and I'm proud to learn more at book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is. Because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person. And if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Rollin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
What's up? Welcome back. welcome back. We are here live on the Artist Exchange radio show. Here live in the building, we have Miss Mary Andrea, dancer, director, actor, choreographer.
That's too much.
She's from the famous Flair Studios. The famous Flair Studios. Our family owns that. It's a little tidbit of information. And then we have, just to the left of her, stage left of her, Miss Christian Harris, native Bama, singer, actor. I gotta keep it interesting. She's a phenomenal singer and actor. Teacher now. She's a teaching artist now. Teaching artist.
Little kids.
A budding visual artist. A visual artist. Yeah, that said it right. I did. Cause she's making jewelry now. That's the new artistry. See? Damn. Got it. And I'm gonna try my best to get her to sing for us.
I think she's got it in her
A phenomenal. She did Flowers for Phyllis. I always. You know what I was saying? I don't feel no way tired.
Okay, that is from that good Luther show at Arena Players. Me. Hey, hi. Oh,
there you go.
Oh my goodness. Hello there.
Hello world.
Hello world. Who's that? Who's that? That's the beginning of his album. Hello world. No, wake up world. Sorry, it's not hello. It's not him. That's what's his face? Bilal. Hey, young girl. Young girl.
So moving over to Miss Christian. What's going on, Christian? I mean, aside from doing the show at Arena Players.
So creatively right now, I'm working on. So Arena Players, we have the show coming on about Highway to Nowhere.
The devastation.
Yes. And so, and I'm also a member of Moonmark Production, theatrical company, reality theater company.
Walbrook.
Yes, Brown, twice born one. And so
we had Mama K and
Mama Ola, yeah. So I'm actually working with Mama K. She's helping me get my assistant artistic director skills up.
Great.
Playwriting skills together.
I love that.
And be more than a performer. Not to say just performer, but that is everything in itself.
Yeah.
That's the whole new world.
That was a little Phyllis that came about.
I was thinking of that.
See, that was the tidbit. So now we gotta go to break and we're gonna get Christian's voice all warmed up and go from there because she just started. So we're gonna be right back here on the Artist Exchange radio show on BeExposedRadio.com.
You're struggling with your mortgage. You think about it. You don't do anything but think about it.
What are we going to do if we lose the house? Where are we going to go?
At work.
I can't let anybody find it out. I'm so embarrassed.
At dinner.
How can we tell the kids? It's going to wreck their lives.
And at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get through this. What's going to happen to us?
It's time to stop thinking. It's time to start dialing. Call 1-888-995-HOPE for a free government program that offers expert one-on-one advice about your mortgage options.
I'm all alone.
No, you're not. We've helped over 1 million homeowners, and we want to help you. And now there are more ways to help. Call 1-888-995-HOPE or visit makinghomeaffordable.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Treasury, HUD, and the Ad Council.
Are you thinking about getting your GED diploma? Well, here at the GED Pep Talk Center, we've got a number of pep talks that can motivate you.
Sometimes things don't always turn out the way you want them to.
You know that feeling? People look at you and don't believe in you.
You want some gentle encouragement. Then you're on your way to your GED diploma and a better life.
But you're probably just a little bit nervous.
You can find it in yourself to take that first step.
You can improve your future. You can do this. I know you can.
You need to start pushing yourself.
Now get your game face on and take the first step towards a better life. Hurry up. Don't make me repeat myself.
Whatever level of motivation you need to get your GED diploma, we've got a pep talk that's right for you. Call 1-877-38-GED or visit yourged.org for your pep talk and find free GED classes in your area. GED is a registered trademark of the American Council on Education, brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
When you were a little kid and you thought about what you wanted to be, teaching was at the top of your list. But things changed. And as you got older, teaching didn't seem like the best option anymore. So you're thinking you'll be something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Now you want to be a doctor. You don't think teachers save lives? 25 at a time. An actress? Try playing a different role every time the bell rings. How about a scientist? Ever heard of physics? Chemistry? Who do you think teaches that? Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, and taking learning far beyond the four walls of the classroom. It's time to recognize that great things are happening in teaching and put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You got it right the first time.
Find out how you can make more at teach.org. Make more. Teach. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
As your rhythm all its own. Come right here for the text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
This message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat. And apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable. But how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop? Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward, but believe me.
The Educational Foundation is a grassroots organization that champions inner-city youth by providing educational opportunities and resources to engage youth in the arts and STEM. The Educational Honors is a youth-based program that recognizes students in grades 7 through 12 who have at least a 2.5 GPA and current attendance for 1 school year. Those selected will be invited and recognized at the Educational Honors Awards reception on Saturday, October 15, 2016. City Council President Bernard C. Jack Young will be the keynote speaker for the evening. Students will also be inducted as Fashion Umbrella Foundation Scholars for the class of 2016. For more information about the Fashion Umbrella Foundation, visit www.fashionumbrella.org or email us at info@fashionumbrella.org.
What's going on this weekend? Nothing? What's it called? I'm never going to go see this summer movie. Gosh. I don't like looking at people in old clothes. You know what I'm saying? Dressing up style. Those styles was played. And I definitely don't want to go see another movie where Oprah got her bags on display. With her eyes. And I love me some Oprah, but goodness gracious, they always put her, strip her down with no makeup on, her bags, no bags, and her eyes be on display. Like, girl, let your worries go. Stop holding them down like that. Get some rest. You need a whole week of sleep.
The all-new season of Talk Lately, Monday through Thursday at 7 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com.
You're listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome to the Artist Exchange Radio Show here live on BeExposedRadio.com. joining us in the building. And if Stella unplug my charger one more time, it's gonna be a misunderstanding.
Yeah, Stella. Coming for them.
The back of the neck. Yeah, right there. So joining us in the building, we have, of course, me, nature host, my co-host, Big Mama Ama. Hey! And surprisingly, they stopped past the studio today. Miss Christian Harris.
Christian.
Oh, hello. You know I like
Me too. I should have had you guys on more often.
I would have just came off and stopped being a scared cat, because that's what I am.
Yeah.
You ain't no scared.
And also Miss Mary Andrea.
Oh, he said it like he from Arkansas this time. No.
Andrea. And they're both very talented individuals. We both were just in insurrection. The author was in insurrection together.
Don't try to throw me in the cast. I didn't even learn a line. And that ain't fair to all those.
I learned both of my lines. All 2.5. And then the ones that we added.
Well, you know what I think we should do? If you don't mind, like, I don't want to get on track. Okay. But I think we should reenact a scene from What's Continuum.
Oh, that's what the name was. What did I just say?
Insurrection.
I really did.
He was talking about right, all three of y'all like and
I caught it when you said the name. I was like, you know how you know you are good at what you do. You got 3 lines in the play, but you still get mentioned in the critics.
Hey,
that's how you know.
Your whole name, too.
Your whole name. Whole name.
Government name.
Yes. That's how you know.
I'm just pretending. Oh, that's the best.
Yeah.
But it always hurts me because I don't like to have my time wasted as clearly as these ladies have.
You just bougie. That's really all it is. So, I mean, shit.
It's a little bit. It's a little bit.
Aquarius. You and my mother. Love her.
First of all, I am nowhere near the
bougie.
Mama Travis is.
I mean,
she is a diva. And also, like, I have to get her and her grandmother and her mother here all at the same time because you will see the lineage
unique
of divaness that comes in.
You really want that? I don't think
I've had to do them in segments.
Yeah, because my grandmother she'll do, you said segments?
Yeah.
So let's say you like set up like 3 segments. She'll just take up all 3 of them. Okay. My grandmother will talk. And then she'll talk, and guess what? She'll probably end up talking.
Cut off at the play.
Oh, that was her mom. Oh, no, that was her sister.
That was probably my sister. Not crazy. She's crazy in a really good, funny, crazy way. Again, it's crazy.
But that is the lineage of your family. Play has been around for
50 years. Wow. About 50 years.
My grandmother started Flair Studios.
Actually, okay. Can I?
You can. Go ahead.
47 years.
47 years. Just say 50. Just say 50.
All right. You know what? Happy 50th. Congratulations. Just take it there.
And tomorrow you guys are having an open house.
That is true.
I can remember this.
He's inside of it.
From 10 to 2.
Wowzers.
Which means she can come past our house tomorrow, at least an hour.
I'm sorry. I missed it. What is going to happen?
Because we're having an open house here tomorrow as well.
Right.
From 12 to 5. Yeah, I mean,
I'm supposed to go out of town to Virginia tomorrow. Virginia's for lovers. Virginia is for lovers. But I'm not going with a lover. The lover. But yeah.
Very clear.
But yeah, that must be made clear.
He's listening.
Okay.
Right.
I will. But now I'm just going with actually one of my, it's kind of interesting what I should call her. I guess she's just like She's a friend, but she's also a mentee.
Okay.
No, she's young. She's much younger than me.
Okay.
She's 20. She's 20.
Okay.
And so she used to be
She's like 23.
No, literally, she's 20.
I'm like you, like.
Oh, I'm 22 and a half. Okay. I mean, she's 20. Okay. And I graduated from Morgan in 07. So you don't have to do that. It's been a many years.
Well, it's an HBCU, so everything is always
right. And so it's probably
you could have been 12 or
I really not even graduated yet. To be honest, at Morgan State University,
I know a lot of people. There's a lot of people who walk on stage. I know it's
so frustrating. It has been, and I think that we speak for a lot of people.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
She walks across the stage.
Facebook group. If you started a Facebook group and label it HBCU, financial aid.
Oh my gosh!
Everybody and their mother's gonna be on there.
Yeah,
I was in line for days.
Yeah,
get on that. Get on that.
Start that.
I think it's a crime for them to give me a refund check of what $3,000 when I'm like 20 years old, and I don't gotta go.
Expect for me to put that towards my loan.
Did you send me a mentor?
Right.
No. Did you send me a good advisor? Who cares?
Because my advisor was a student at Tappan, so clearly.
I went to Adams, not Adams, Georgetown so fast. Really? A 20-year-old young
she didn't even get it. She took it to DC.
I probably did right next to the daggone Urban Outfitters store. And spent an hour in there.
That was too bad.
I would tip that and half your money.
And something to eat.
Okay. Or not. We'll see.
But I'm gonna keep on. So tomorrow, Flair Studios, and what's the address again?
It's 5602 Baltimore National Pike Street, Suite 102, let's say Catonsville, Maryland.
Catonsville, Maryland.
Even though it is still Baltimore. 21228. FlairStudio.com.
Is it in the original building? It's always been there?
It actually, originally, here's a little history thing, y'all. It started out in a living room.
Okay.
In West Baltimore, one of my grandmother's friends' living room. And from there, it went to my grandmother's basement of the house that she currently owns.
Someone was like, ma'am, okay.
Ma'am, please. I need my living room back. Okay. I still, like to live here sometime. Okay, ma'am. Get those young ladies up the street, and thanks.
Because I didn't see her like, okay, so I can say like 3 more places. Okay.
Right.
Yes, please.
Well, here's the thing. that woman was actually a part of my grandmother's team. Like they actually were partners somewhat in the beginning. But then over the years, the woman got busy in her own personal life. Cool. You know how things happen, and she just moved on to do what she wanted to do.
That could be a lot.
Well, it's not. It wasn't dance at first. It was it was charm and etiquette.
Oh, okay.
And then Fashion Fair and Ebony and all of those iconic names were really popular during the time in which my grandmother decided to start this program of etiquette and modeling. So etiquette and charm. So modeling was like, we gotta let these young Black girls know that they can be models too. We're already teaching them how to be young ladies. Who else is going to teach them how to be young ladies? Who's doing it? And not a lot of people were thinking about teaching etiquette
47
as
years
a
ago.
business. You do it at home with your family. You teach etiquette to your child, your grandchild, your nieces and your nephews.
Right.
That's wonderful. But to bring a population of children, very, very impressionable aged children together to learn how to be, young boys, young, respectable, ambitious, and the list goes on of all the great things that you want them to become, boys and girls. So it's just something that that was the start, and then modeling came later, and then dance came even later.
So did dance come because like you and your sister were dancers?
I was not even a thought when dance began. It was my grandmother knew of a woman who wanted to start teaching dance, and she was also so funny. Well, I wasn't around. But to look back at what probably happened, my grandmother is this young, dainty woman. She's very strong. She's got these kids. She's raised her kids pretty much by herself with her other sisters and sisters. Have a very matriarchal family. And then, yeah, it's just really interesting. Like what she went. Yeah, exactly. But it's just interesting that she went through so much, and she came up to be a really respectable, elegant lady. And so anyway, she met that young lady who was much younger than her, but she was also like this young
ingenue.
Yeah. And it's somebody that you want to look up to. Somebody that you she's everything I probably could be almost. I don't even know her. But somehow she just makes a really good impression. That kind of person. So I think that, you know, if I may, humbly, I feel that way about my grandmother. And I also feel that way about this woman who was a young woman then, but now she's gone on to be a lawyer, and she has a really beautiful family. And she still does do dancing, but more like yoga and things like that. But yeah, how they came together and it just fit.
Okay.
You know, when it fits.
So all of your mom, your sister, you guys are dancers by association, or was it just in you?
I think my mom is more so a dancer by association, but she's got a way with her body awareness. So I think that makes her more of a dancer than she really could you see what she was on paper. Right. She really didn't like go to Peabody, or she didn't go to a school for dance. She just, like a lot of us, some of us kind of naturally have a really great voice. Like Christian Harris to my left.
That was going to be singing.
Yeah, we're actually going to hear her singing.
You can warm up now. It's not that bad.
Yeah, I think it was some background vocals. But no, I don't want to go on and on about it, but
we have 40 minutes.
Yeah, but I really want to hear Christian do a mini concert.
Tomorrow from 10 to 2, if you pay for your membership, you get a free pair of ballet slippers.
Yeah,
that's an awesome incentive.
You know, that's
you have a size 12? You have a size 12?
We'll get the size that you require.
Right. Because so what are the different classes that they teach us there?
The different classes include hip hop, ballet, modern, and tap.
Okay.
It's the youngest. The youngest is 3, and the oldest is as old as they come.
Last year I got to go to their closing concert, and it was pretty good at the women's club of Kaysville. Was that last year or the year before that?
I think, yeah, it was the year before last. It was 2014. Yeah.
And it was a very eclectic, bless your heart, group of young ladies.
Yeah.
Various age groups.
Various styles of dance. You just, you just do a culminating performance of everything that you learned in a certain period of time.
So, what can we expect from you?
Me. Okay. So September the 9th through October 2nd at Arena Players, Randy Smith has directed and I have choreographed Smokey Joe's Cafe.
Wow.
So I will also be performing on a couple of those performance days. Looking forward to that. But I have an amazing ensemble of dancers that I've been working with for the past 3 weeks or so, who've been working so hard. And they just really are inspiring the heck out of me right now.
She's very good at giving you time, because most dance teachers will just work you. She is really good with scheduling. Okay, you'll do these shows and you'll do these shows.
Yeah.
Everybody feels.
I really want to do that for people.
But that gives people an opportunity like me, who's not a dancer full-time or even part-time, an opportunity to come in and get sparkle time.
Yeah, we have fun.
Yeah.
We have fun. This one right here, though, like quite a few of the concepts, like as far as the music is concerned, even though she wasn't designated as like a musical director or a consultant of any type. I mean, but we're all consultants for one another, really.
More people you were able to use, and it's more so the leadership allowing people to be able to use their talent because it makes the process so much easier.
That's really interesting conversation topic.
But you're also directing.
I am going to be directing Katrina monologues. Colorblind colon the Katrina monologues.
Phenomenal. If you haven't seen it,
yeah,
thank you. It's actually stories taken from Katrina,
right?
And put into play form.
Yeah,
phenomenal.
I'm like so excited.
That's the second half of the season.
Crazy thinking about it. Yeah, it's in February.
Okay.
Yeah, so those are the two main upcoming events. But I'm always ready to be a part of a project with my friends. So
looking forward to it.
Well, see, this is why I was only talking about Christians.
I'm sorry. Crowdfunding.
It's called GoFundMe.
Well, you gotta say it in a different way, so it doesn't seem like, can I have? You gotta be more eloquent. Down at the finishes, you gotta be more eloquent. No, I actually want some real finishes. So we're gonna take another quick break. We'll be right back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show on BeExposedRadio.com.
Check out this flashback of the Artist Exchange Radio Show on BeExposedRadio.com.
If you had a dream venue, where would that be? Like some people want to do Carnegie Hall or like a big stadium.
I'm gonna go with Madison Square. I wanna feel that building. I wanna feel it. I wanna look out and just feel the vibration of all of those people there to be uplifted and all this. That's what I want to do for people.
So are you dancing or are you?
I want to implement that. I think I want to start doing some blocking, like not like but just like a
little one,
hell, not voguing, but kind of the essence of it. Very cozy and hit them hard. Yeah, we're not trying to like bust out a sweat.
So that means you don't have the dance.
I can dance.
Oh, that's not what I
do. I say dance, but I'm not, trying to get that. That's not my lane. I want to keep it really kind of a retro feel with like the new school with a retro feel. Like,
okay. Little baby soul.
Yeah.
People gonna start using that.
And they should.
But just market so people know, like this
where it came from. Because people was queens out here now that was princesses last week. They was princesses before my album dropped. Now they queen or something. Pinky up.
I forgot. The Artist Exchange Radio Show every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artists, real talk, real live on BeExposed Radio.
This. And this. And this. But nothing beats the moment you see that. Cool! That's your child's eyes opening up to a world of possibilities. I didn't know we could do that! Because one trip to the forest can spark a world of difference.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go, like hiking, canoeing, fishing, or camping, or create your own adventure with family and friends, and you might just see this. Your home is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org. That's discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Who said that to me? What are you, a yellow booger?
I'm a banana slug, Steven.
Well, what are you doing in my room?
I'm your sense of adventure. Don't you remember me? Don't you know that we miss you?
Miss me? Who misses me?
You know, all your friends in the forest, the trees, the pond, that little fort that you made out of branches. We all miss you.
Mom took me to the forest last year.
I'm slow, Steven. It took me a long time to get here.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
This forest is not that far away. Have an adventure today. I'm sure your mom will take you.
You're right. I should get out. I want to have fun. Play puddles, catch frogs, and climb trees. Hey, Mom! Yeah. Steven! What is going on?
You're listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Join the club that gives you stuff. Radio Loyalty. Here's how it works. Just click on the Radio Loyalty banner right now and sign up. Then you keep on listening like you already do. But now you earn points. Those points add up, and you can trade them in for stuff in the Radio Loyalty store. Earn more points by sharing your station with friends on Facebook and Twitter, answering surveys, and by using the apps in the New Players App Store. Pretty simple, right? Radio Loyalty. Click that banner to join now.
You're listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Who is Sheila? Who is she? Because I'm trying to see if I know her. You probably know she does more. She does comedian stuff. Yeah. Sheila, I know. She. I was trying to get around. I did. I was the only one. I didn't mind it. And I called Shannon. She didn't answer the phone. I left a message. I ain't got to call back. Shannon's supposed to be our vocal coach. Yeah, she sang. She was a part of a group that sang in the original production of the play. That's what she got. I think there's a lot of confusion. That's what I think. That's my very honest opinion. I think there's
Welcome back to the Artist Exchange Radio Show on BigExposedRadio.com. We just do things fun here. We do things fun here.
Here.com.
Here. Don't forget to come out tomorrow to the Big Exposed Open House here at the Big Exposed Station 110 East Lexington Street, Suite 200. Come join us, meet all the personalities here. We may be doing an impromptu show tomorrow. I'm on air. Sure, that's fair. Kyle wrote a phenomenal short piece called Midnight, where
tomorrow night at
right.
Ramblewood Theater Festival.
I'm gonna just tell you, the arts and friendship, and I need those two together. Will have you doing crazy things.
That is a true thing.
Friends have got me to do things like dance across the stage in a butterfly sparkly tie.
And he did it.
And I did it. I was in it.
It was a calling.
It was.
You were called to where somebody needed to witness that.
She did. Professor Dexter came. It was met eyes with Professor Dexter from a coffin. Vanessa Jackson. Yes, that was really, and I think they realized I was serious about who I am, because clearly,
and you know that's what
I wouldn't do that at Coppin. I would never. I took a class, and that was it. I think thank you for that. But yes, and that's what I'm saying. It's how about to have me on some of my fairgrounds, kicking rocks. And staying overnight. We don't know what these cabins are gonna look like. We don't know what the food's gonna look like. But I'm trusting.
Where is this? Ireland?
We're gonna tell you everyone. It's like it's in Maryland.
North of here about 2 hours.
Yeah. Well.
Go ahead.
It is, and people don't. It's long. It's kind of narrow.
It is. It's like really wide.
Really wide. Kind of awkwardly shaped. We get the job done, right? So, Christian, we're gonna start over with you now. Phenomenal singer by way of PJ Baby. Up Marlboro. How's it going?
It's going really good. I actually want to talk about. We were speaking on friends and artists.
Thank you.
So we were speaking about talking about how we're going to create something where we're always working together no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
So, and not to interrupt, but I'm just listening to you guys talk about that and hearing you say it a couple times. That was the
one thing that I took away from what I consider to be one of the most successful locally homegrown theater companies, Rose. They're all friends. Most of their shows is just them hanging out, and they're like, hey, you know, this would be really cool if we did this. And it's like, yes, and then they actually do it. Right, which is where most times they don't get paid for it. No, that's they have, the majority of them are volunteer. Yeah, the majority of them are volunteer. Especially at first. Yeah, for quite some time. Right, because there are a couple of them who have been able, in the grant money, they've been able to get poured into their program. They've been able to actually build jobs. So now some of them do get paid. But they've done it for the reason of, okay, I may not be getting, but that's why people about the name. What you're good at is what you need to be doing. Because you'll do it for free. You'll do it because you know you're blessed to the next person. And ultimately we'll all get something out of it. Right. True, but there comes a time when we gotta honestly start looking at some things, try to add some things. Yeah, like it can be 5 years into it, yeah. Right. It can be sustainable. But they're all bright enough to come up with things that will produce some funds. Absolutely. But when that happens is when you begin to tap into the resources that you have in your group. And then you let people do what they do best, opposed to just, you know, this is the way that whoever is the leader, this is my vision, and this is what we're going to do, and there's no deviation from that original thought, which it was. And then you start utilizing people's talent, right, and not wasting their time. Right. Yes. Amen. That's really the idea. When it comes down to wasting people's time, it's one of those things that's like, okay, we're all here because we are actually committed. So nobody's here to just hang out. If you're here to hang out, people can't be here. Right. We're a club. Out of the village. Yeah. And doing that, you have to understand why people are there. And I've been in the theater group before, shout out to Kaumba, and different people were there for different reasons. And it wasn't, I'm not saying anybody was there for any malice or any negative reasons, but there were people who were, I have a career somewhere else, and this is what I like to do. This is historic to me because Kuma was the first Black theater group that was started out of Towson. So it was historical value. It were people who had love for the people that were in the group. And then there were people who, this is what I want, and I can't find my way anywhere else. And this is what is going to get me to the next level. So there were people who would come and go, and people who were there the whole time. So everybody had different reasons. I'm quite sure being an arena player and a Morganite and Topman and Warrens, we all have that. We understand that because we know each one of those types of people. But utilizing people for what they're there for. There's some people that will be there for a show. There are some people that are only going to be there when there are big shows coming up. And there are people that's going to stand the test of time and be there. Every show, period. So that's why you gotta have that strong core people. That's what I was exactly. When you got a strong three to four people, you can make anything is possible. So unfortunately, we gotta pay some more bills. So we'll be right back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show on BigExposedRadio.com. Don't forget to give us a call 410-702-5657. Talk to these ladies. Share with these ladies. We'll be right back. Call me.
What is hood respect? Family, life, work, love. We are all from the hood and we all want respect. That's why we wear hood respect. Available in men's, women's, and kids. For more information and ordering options, contact Instagram at Hood Respect, Facebook to Mel Martin Sr., and email at hoodrespect.tms71@gmail.com. The look you need is Hood Respect.
You're listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back. We're here live. That was a quick film we played. We'll be right back. We'll be right back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show. Christian had disagreed to sing a song. It's a little standard by a well-known singer called Phyllis Hyman. She did the play called Flowers for Phyllis by Randy Smith. And the song is Old Friend. Christian, let me just explain to you. Christian is a phenomenal singer. and she's a great actor. Don't get me wrong, I'm not slighting your acting. But singing wise, she does it. Just like Miss Mary dances. Christian is a phenomenal singer, and I can't wait until Christian completely realizes that. And she's a trained classical singer. She's a trained classical singer, and her talent phenomenal. I've met people who knows her, that we may have mutual friends who knew her. Phenomenal. And everybody says the same thing. So without further ado, we have Miss Christian Harris singing Old Friend by Phyllis Hyman.
A million times or more I thought about you. The years, the tears, the laughter, things we used to do. Are memories that warm me like a sunny day. You've touched my life in such a special way. Remember those romantic walks we used to take. You've held my hand in such a way my knees would shake. Although I won't let foolish pride turn you away, I'll take you back whatever price I pay. Oh, friend, it's so nice to feel you hold me again. Yes, I'm sure this time we're gonna win. Welcome back into my life again.
Thank you, Nate.
It doesn't even matter. No one knew. But part of the topic actually that I actually had for today was based on it's called Tackling the World Before the World Tackled You. And it was based on, I've been watching a lot of YouTube clips lately. And you know, one YouTube clip leads you to the millionth one.
Yes.
And I was watching a story.
4 hours.
I was watching a story of Ellen and how she lived her life in her head and trying to find acceptance from everybody but herself.
Who's this?
Ellen DeGeneres. And she lived her life kind of in her own head, and her deciding to come out as gay in her career as well as in her personal life, it was all in her head. She chose not to tell key individuals because she was worried about whether they liked her or not. And not getting into the whole sexuality part of it, but just the story behind it. It was more so once she realized who she was and that she had control over that and no one else did, no matter what people say, you have to be strong and convicted in who you are and the talents that you have. There are people who have no talent, but they have all the confidence in the world. And they'll always be on top of the game because people who have the talent are so worried about how I sound. Is the temperature right? Is this person going to remark, or what are they going to say, or what is this person? You got to be confident in yourself, and it's something that even me at the age of 33, I had to come to grips with what I was best at, and not so much get rid of the stuff that I wasn't good at, but just not be afraid. Like me doing Luther was terrifying to me, and not for any other reason other than what was in my own psyche. And I don't feel these ways personally, but these things that have been said to me or teachers or whomever,
it's not on you.
Right, and it's not on me, but it was stuff that I still had to, and it took me back to dance class. And all the many times I've ever taken dance class, it was like, do you really want to do this, Nate? Like, ugh. Yeah. And even getting the dance steps, like I was the typical person. At home, awesome. I would get there and I would be in front of these other, especially the other guys. You know, they had the bodies that were typically for dancers, and I'm sitting there like, no, that's not gonna be me. Like, I'm not. And how befitting to be in a play with a guy who had these body issues of himself, and I really never felt any of those things for myself. But at some point, I started looking outward and listening to what people were actually saying about me or about themselves in most cases that was reflected back onto me. And I started developing these insecurities. And I say this to Christian because you are phenomenally talented. Like I've seen great singers, but you are somebody, you're not afraid to be ugly on stage. I seen this girl with snot coming out her nose. Nice. Like she's not afraid to be in the moment. You always are in the moment. Always in the moment.
That matters so much.
Especially as a performer, because I'm a firm believer that the most important person on stage is your acting partner. And if I know you're engaged, oh man, I'm sold out.
It feels like a competition
right here. Right.
30 tonight.
This is going to happen.
I always have said on stage, it feels like a healthy competition when you're on stage and you see it and you just feel it, and it's just a moment that you're. That's why I don't like TV and film, and it's not something that I'm directly go towards. If it happened, hey, here, I'll sign the contract. But I love live theater because you get that time, you get that chance to do it again. You know, if it didn't work out this time, I could do this again. In most cases, when it's a run of a show, but you get that time to like do it. And even rehearsals, you get that moment to have a good, solid moment, and then
you get to live.
Try
You really
something.
get to live with it.
Yeah.
You know, like when the show is on, it's some stop and go. Only stop and go is maybe in rehearsal. But once it's on and once people have come to see,
right.
You got to be in it.
We did Insurrection, and I was telling them it wasn't so much
sports continuum.
No, Insurrection.
All right.
Insurrection. And having to be nude. I was like, I live nude. This is nothing. God, come on, let's do this. It wasn't until we got to production week that I think it was actually before then that I was like, I really have to do this. And there's no coming back. But it was more so, it wasn't my feelings. It was things that other people were concerned about that really really had an issue. But in tackling the world, what are some of the hurdles that the two of you have had to come in to, that you had to get over before you, like, what hurdles or what obstacles have you had in front of you being an artist?
My own self. Thank you. My own self. Definitely my own self. You know, like when I was starting to really realize that as an artist or as someone who's a performer or who wants to get better at some kind of skill or trade of any type, when I really realized how much needs to go into bettering yourself and becoming better at your skill, it was a little. I wish it had happened sooner, because when I realized, I was like, you know what, that makes perfect sense. But just you have to be committed, you know, and you have to be committed beyond your comfort zone. And I wasn't really aware of that at that time. I was just picking up on, because I was teaching a lot. I mean, this was when I was much younger, but I was still in a position of some sort of authority. So I really felt like I was kind of like, you know.
So what was that moment when you had to submit?
When it came,
and you realized, ooh,
I was actually in my 20s, because that's when I actually did something to invest in my craft as a dancer, because I had gone to do other things. I had gotten a certificate in makeup. Like, so I'm a certified makeup artist. Yeah. And I'm glad about it. I be beating my face a little bit, but I don't do it as much. I actually like to see my face and really actually embrace my face, honestly. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. A lot of me not wearing makeup these days has to do with me loving what it is that I have to call my own. And God, it's ours. And we share this. So I have to, I gotta come to a place where I'm really like embracing the me that
and not
is me.
hiding behind.
And not hiding.
Like you're hiding behind other certificates.
Even that. But that's good. Thank you for bringing me back for circle. But yeah, so I do that's the makeup thing. I mean, going to Morgan for theater was great for various reasons. But I really like the idea that I had the opportunity to dance while I was at Morgan too. Like I had an opportunity to really focus on dancing when I was in the dance ensemble, the modern dance ensemble at Morgan. I'm so glad that it wasn't just like some recreational group of people that came together. I mean, which would have been probably a lot of fun, but I'm glad I had a chance to grow in that way, because if they didn't have a dance program at Morgan, I probably would not have gone with them myself to seek outside of Morgan to find how I can get a way to, strengthen my dance skills. I was, I think I'm lazy sometimes. I think we all are a little bit handicapped, but I don't like that. And
look at lazy in terms of fear, not in terms of I don't feel like.
No, it's fear.
No, I'm just saying in terms of fear, and not just I don't feel like doing this in this moment.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like I've actually gotten to a place where I look at that and I know what it is. And I know what it feels like, but then I know what it is too. So it's two different things.
How do you
it feels lazy? It is, fear. So I push through it, and sometimes I don't. To be really transparent, sometimes I do a good job, and sometimes I struggle. Yeah, struggle.
Struggling meaning like auditioning for other theater companies beyond Baltimore or beyond
stuff like that. Yep. But see, here's where my blessing became more obvious and clear to me. Just recently, I was working in a different profession. Let me just I'm a Gemini. It's really important you know that too. Yeah, I don't stick to any. I hope you have a lot of listeners and watchers and viewers and all that stuff. I hope you have none of my previous employers, but they will all know.
They know though. I'm telling you, they know.
I don't like it today. I don't like it tomorrow probably either, so I'm just gonna leave today.
Wait till you get the one that says, "Can you come to my office for a minute? This is not for you." And can you realize this before I realize this?
See, but the thing is, yeah.
Before, right.
But what I do, something about me that's a little different is that I really try to, no matter what I do, be as best as possible that I can be.
Right,
in whatever it is, though. I really try to do that. I might not
succeed. It's really not what you want.
But here's the thing, though. I can play it off really well, and I think I might be. Sometimes I'm addicted to that. And I mean,
that's self-torture.
I know what I'm doing. Okay, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying it's what I'm saying is happening, and I'm trying to keep it real on the exposed radio, online, magazine, radio.
Yo, I feel
1855 tell us TLS
today.
Something like that.
I felt like that more today than any other day. Well, not any other day, but every now and then, even now, because I work 9 to 5. I work in the sales department at a hotel. I love my job.
Yeah.
Today I could have just walked the fuck out.
Yeah.
Never come back again. Sorry, I'm not supposed to. I have
it came out.
Well, for the last year, I'll say, not for the last year, I've been around you continuously, and you've been able to live in what you love while still making a paycheck. So that's when it becomes easy, but one of these days.
Listen, I'm doing this job. I'm learning a lot about marketing and understanding the beast in a greater way. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I can do this. I have a natural ability that is being grown and nurtured underneath my wonderful, wonderful boss. And so, I see myself in the next 3 or 4 years being like, all right, I got all I need. I'm done with the hotel.
Hold on, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show on TheExposedRadio.com.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is, because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org, because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Are you thinking about getting your GED diploma? Well, here at the GED Pep Talk Center, we've got a number of pep talks that can motivate you.
Sometimes things don't always turn out the way you want them to.
You know that feeling? People look at you and don't believe in you.
You want some gentle encouragement. Then you're on your way to your GED diploma and a better life.
But I know you're probably just a little bit nervous. You can find it in yourself to take that first step. You can improve your future. You can do this. I know you can.
You need to start pushing yourself.
Now get your game face on and take the first step towards a better life. Hurry up. Don't make me repeat myself.
Whatever level of motivation you need to get your GED diploma, we've got a pep talk that's right for you. Call 1-877-38-YOUR-GED or visit yourged.org for your pep talk and find free GED classes in your area. GED is a registered trademark of the American Council on Education, brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
When you were a little kid and you thought about what you wanted to be, teaching was at the top of your list. But things changed. And as you got older, teaching didn't seem like the best option anymore. So you're thinking you'll be something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Now you want to be a doctor. You don't think teachers save lives? 25 at a time. An actress? Try playing a different role every time the bell rings. How about a scientist? Ever heard of physics? Chemistry? Who do you think teaches that? Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, and taking learning far beyond the four walls of the classroom. It's time to recognize that great things are happening in teaching and put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Find out how you can make more at teach.org. Make more. Teach. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. StopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
This message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat. And apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable, but how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop? Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward, but believe me, you'll live.
Learn more at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National...
You're listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to the Artist Exchange Radio Show on BeExposedRadio.com. It's me, your host, Nate. Don't forget to come out to our open house tomorrow here at 110 East Lexington Street. It's your opportunity to come in and see the studio and be nosy and meet the other hosts. From 12 to 5, we'll be live broadcasting here, and you get a chance to come on air live and promote your business, your entertainment, your artistry, your whatever.
And meet Nicki Minaj, people.
And
you
meet
will
Nicki.
meet
She will also
Nicki
be here
Minaj.
She'll also be here tomorrow.
Don't miss it.
But also, next Friday, we won't be in the air. And I was actually supposed to have David Mitchell
on the air? On the
next
air.
Friday. We won't be here on the air.
Okay.
We'll be at the power plant at Howl at the Moon, August 26th, from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. We'll probably be there a little bit little bit later.
Just
But
a
the
little bit.
happy
I'm
hour
going.
prices end at 10 p.m. So get there. All you have to do
we
is
gonna be
come
there.
show your ID or your license at the red tent at the gate of the Power Plant Live. Get your wristband. Tell them your head will be exposed. And come on up to Holler at the Moon and get exposed. They got a hot dog cart out there now.
Yeah, it's a nice
So
little
they
thing. got a
doing
whole lot
something
going
for
on.
the people in the summertime. So come out and help us kick off our 10th year anniversary here on BeExposedRadio.com. It's been an awesome 2 years here for myself, and I'm quite sure Monny has had an awesome 8 years. It started out in his home, and now he has his own station. See what can happen when you're persistent and consistent in the
Now
journey
it
that
takes
you
10
want.
years. That we were talking about finding success as an artist, as a working artist, full-time working artist. One of the things that as an actor I realized is that a lot of the people that you look up to or that are in movies, like there's only a handful of them that are under 25 and have a great deal of success. The majority are 25 or older, and they've been doing this 10, 12, 20
That's
years.
something I realized this week. I'm like, you know what? Let me keep it real.
Right. I
This
thought
is not
at
what I
16,
think.
I'm looking at Beyonce like, oh snap, I need, because she's only a year older than me,
Right,
right?
but
I'm
she's
like, I gotta get my
Beyonce.
life
You
together.
start
What am
adding
I
up
doing?
ages like we the same. Raven Simone my age. Oh my God, I gotta get my life together.
Really is.
But then you have
To
to
me,
remember
she's
is
still
that
5, but anyway.
they
But
are
she's
the
really
exception.
30.
Yeah, right. They are the exception to the rule. The majority of the people, majority of people who are working artists who dedicate their lives.
Oh, her. She's
I have
a
to
crazy
tell.
person.
I got to tell you about what I did to him on the bus the other day. So,
oh, you about to let me explain to you, man.
So
Off the air.
the majority of the working artists out there spend 12 to 15, maybe even 20 years putting in hard work full time before there is even some semblance of recognition. Jay-Z dropped Reasonable Doubt when he turned 28. Like he was 30 when he got
Yeah,
his
he's
first
like
real
100
success.
now.
Right.
So
Please don't depress me anymore. It gets depressing because you're like, Raven been doing this since she was 3.
But here's what you do though. You don't think about that.
No.
You can't.
You
'cause
just go.
You go
just
jump
go
off a
forth
bridge.
and but you just go forth and you do what you got to do, because those are also like little obstacles, or they could be.
Right.
They
You can
could
let
be
that
because you just
discourage you.
It's just what you tell yourself
your
and you
mental
hear
mind.
yourself.
Right. Because you look
and
at
that
the flip
becomes a
side
part
of it.
your-
People like
psyche.
Viola Davis, she's been doing this forever. And she just now getting
now.
Kerry Washington, Taraji. You look at these people, and now they've
People
been.
forgot that Carrie co-starred next to Julia What's Her Face in the Save the Last Dance movie.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
That was my favorite jam.
What?
Yeah.
But they put in the work and they've been consistent. Viola Davis has been talking about it in a lot of her interviews. I've been doing a lot of church, and when she said it, we were doing the church play, and we were saying to ourselves, "We in the gymnasium right now." But this is a part of the story. This is a part of the work, and everybody doesn't make it to that point where they can look back and say that. But this how rewarding it can be to just have that, where I was doing this for the greater good, because clearly a bunch of us are not doing it for the paychecks because of what we're actually getting paid.
Right.
So, but to say that you're still doing what it is that you love to do,
There's
and
a
you got to figure
fulfillment
out
there.
how to balance that. Having a day job at a hotel means that you are getting some valuable connections. So you have to look at it as a benefactor. This is not a job. This is not my career. This is somebody else's dream. So I have to figure out how to work this situation so I can fulfill my goals and my dreams and all that hoopla. So if you want to talk to us, you may be a little shy. Text us 443-642-9403.
Read the text out loud.
We're gonna. They get a little raunchy. Don't say that because Monty's probably listening, so he'll
Y'all
keep
be
it.
good out there.
Crazy stuff.
So we're gonna take another quick break. We'll be right back here on the Artist
Another
Exchange Radio Show on BeExposedRadio.com. Maybe she can sing.
Okay, so just type the job website address here. That's it. Then you enter what job you're looking for there.
Electrician. This is Peter. Recently, he got help going on the internet for the first time to look for a new job.
Okay, then you just hit search and
In the past, Peter's gotten work through people he knew, but he heard there were more jobs online.
There we go.
These are all for me?
Uh-huh.
Really?
He had no idea just how many.
I can't believe it. This one looks good.
Peter's thinking the internet might be for him after all.
And this is just one website.
Wow. Why didn't I do this sooner?
See what the internet can help you do at everyoneon.org or call 1-855-387-9166 to find a free training class near you. Brought to you by Connect to Compete and the Ad Council.
When you were a little kid and you thought about what you wanted to be, teaching was at the top of your list. But things changed. And as you got older, teaching didn't seem like the best option anymore. So you're thinking you'll be something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Now you want to be a doctor. You don't think teachers save lives? 25 at a time. An actress? Try playing a different role every time the bell rings. How about a scientist? Ever heard of physics? Chemistry? Who do you think teaches that? Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, and taking learning far beyond the four walls of the classroom. It's time to recognize that great things are happening in teaching and put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Find out how you can make more at teach.org. Make more. Teach. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
This message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat. And apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable, but how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop? Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward, but believe me, you'll live.
Learn more at stoptextstoprex.org.
Are you thinking about getting your GED diploma? Well, here at the GED Pep Talk Center, we've got a number of pep talks that can motivate you.
Sometimes things don't always turn out the way you want them to.
You know that feeling? People look at you and don't believe in you.
You want some gentle encouragement. Then you're on your way to your GED diploma and a better life.
But I know you're probably just a little bit nervous. You can find it in yourself to take that first step.
You can improve your future. You can do this. I know you can.
You need to start pushing yourself.
Now get your game face on and take the first step towards a better life. Hurry up. Don't make me repeat myself.
Whatever level of motivation you need to get your GED diploma, we've got a pep talk that's right for you. Call 1-877-38-YOUR-GED or visit yourged.org for your pep talk and find free GED classes in your area. GED is a registered trademark of the American Council on Education, brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
When you were a little kid and you thought about what you wanted to be, teaching was at the top of your list. But things changed. And as you got older, teaching didn't seem like the best option anymore. So you're thinking you'll be something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Now you want to be a doctor. You don't think teachers save lives? 25 at a time. An actress? Try playing a different role every time the bell rings. How about a scientist? Ever heard of physics? Chemistry? Who do you think teaches that? Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, and taking learning far beyond the four walls of the classroom. It's time to recognize that great things are happening in teaching and put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Find out how you can make more at teach.org. Make more. Teach. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more tax-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
This message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat. And apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable, but how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop? Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward, but believe me, you'll live.
Learn more at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
You will tell me that one. Welcome back. She dropping jewels. She dropping jewels. So we're joined by on today on the Artist Exchange show. I was graced, and at the last minute, if you mind you, and it was such a come together moment. I really appreciate you two ladies for coming on. We're not finished yet, but I just had to say it. I had to say it. Christian even sung a song, and
She did.
it just makes me mad that she doesn't want to do it more. Like,
let's all sing a song.
Is that one of your?
What are we
is that
doing
one
here?
Of the tackles that you have?
Oh, yeah,
just for me, just for me. So we were. Thanks for tackling, but we left off with Mary Andrea telling us her, it was more self-thought that kind of were more your hurdles than actual individuals or things like that. But I'm gonna take it over to Christian and get some of the things that are
you find
roadblocks that you find that are roadblocks or stopping.
At this point, okay, so it's gonna take
Post graduated from CSU, Copper State,
urbanites, urban artists. But so it'll take me. I need to think about some things in the past, but I can say right now, what I'm dealing with or working on is the idea of concepts and real material to really bring to the table, things to really talk about, things to really sing about, things to really write about that that I know could have an impact on the listeners. Impact on the listeners, impact on viewers, spectators, whoever gets to witness the art when it comes out. So I guess my thing is trying to find things that are real to me, because I could speak or sing or write about different topics because they're hot or because it's
they've been put in front of you.
But if I haven't, it's like with me, if I haven't really experienced it, I can't. It can't flow right. It don't flow right out of me.
Well, you in a tricky period because you're transitioning out of academic artistry
right into my own personal career.
So you have to now draw from your experience and from your environment instead of what's the task at hand, what's the assignment for this week.
Right.
You got to now tap into your own personal strength.
Right. So that's what it is. That self-reflection. That's what I'm trying to tackle right now. Getting enough time alone to be able to get my thoughts out, to create and to even be in the mood to even listen to music, and not because it's in a show, not because it's something I have to learn.
But
for
don't
a
be
show.
afraid
But
to fail or pick the wrong thing. Don't be afraid to not be perfect. You gotta try.
I had that epiphany the other day.
Yeah. Go ahead, because I was gonna say I'm not worried about exactly that right now. It's just for myself, for my own. Like, okay, I don't know what am I saying, but
trying to define yourself, and there's nothing easy about that.
But
it takes time. And I don't think it ever really stops.
Thank you.
I know the
had
material.
That conversation with my mother the other day because
Yeah.
she's in her 60s and she's like, why do I still not know these things about myself? I said, Mommy, we're never finished. People never ever finish,
and we never will.
No,
and that's probably part of our problem that we really try.
We think it's a cutoff moment,
right.
You know,
because we're as artists. The project, you complete the project, it's over, you move on to the next project. Why am I still in project I'm working on? But that's part of being a human being.
That's what I was thinking. That's great. You have conversations with your mom. I have conversations with myself. But sometimes with my mom too. But certain conversations I know that I won't be able to have with her, and that's okay. But no, I was thinking that the other day, there comes a time where you just have to do what it is that is in you to do.
And sometimes in that moment,
Stop waiting
and
for a
stop
gig.
waiting for anything.
Yes.
Don't wait for
Anybody.
Whatever little thing it is, even if it just, I wonder what it would be like to
I'm gonna tell you.
do it.
Just
Just do
somebody,
it.
you gonna see it in somebody else in no time, in seconds, minutes, hours, years, and you gonna be so mad. Yeah. But we're all in that same discovery process. Some people just have made enough bad. For me right now, me doing radio, me not being afraid to do anything, and there's still some hurdles I have to get over. But not being afraid to just do something and wake up 2 years later and oh my God, I'm still doing this.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't even think to do this, and it's lasted this long.
See,
but I would have walked over this
because you never know with the things that you want to do, and you want them to be so successful. You want them to blow everybody's mind,
right?
You know, and you want to drop a bomb. You really do. You want to drop this super amazing. You know, I don't know what bombs are called, but the big ones. You know,
atomic.
It could be atomic bomb.
Sometimes it's just a sprinkler.
And sometimes it is. But the thing is, I think, and I speak only for myself. I cannot speak for nobody else. But for a long time, I'm like, you know, I only want to do things that are with certain people, or I only want to do
this profound.
Yeah, or this has to be very profound. I only want to be on this stage.
Right.
Who the hell am I?
Right.
To say
And you missing
where
the small blessings
where
that
I ought
people.
to be,
You know
what I deserve.
It's the smallest theater.
That ego is a mother,
isn't it? And it's the smallest theater that you happen to come in and do these 2 lines for, and the director's homeboy, who's got a homeboy in Hollywood, say, "Yo, he was just talking to me about this thing. I think you'd be great for." And you were gonna pass on it because it was 2 lines, and the theater only seat 50 people, and I ain't feel
And
like
part of that is now imagine what is going on in today's world where people are and this is kind of a series that we're going to do next month, that working smart versus working hard. We have turned into the work smart generation where we don't want to put any time into it.
Gosh,
we just want to jump into what it is, and we don't want to do the hard work. So we're skipping a lot of the steps that people before us had to go through.
I like the process. I like those steps.
A lot of people don't want to do that now.
You gotta go through all the steps.
Exactly. And a lot of right now, what's going on with a lot of people is what you just said. Oh no, the Artist Exchange isn't quite 92 Qs yet, so I'm not gonna really go over there yet.
Or what is that? I don't know what that is, so I'm not interested.
Right. Well, I haven't heard it off of that person's mouth yet, so it can't possibly be doing that good enough.
Right.
Exactly. And a lot of people are doing it. I don't really want to work with you because you really not. I haven't seen your name in the newspaper.
Right, but ma'am and sir.
Exactly.
Right. Please. When you have the time, because clearly you don't have much time. But when you find the time, or create the time, let us know who you really are. Like who
they don't know, but they don't know.
Who am I to tell myself that I should not be doing smaller projects, or, you know, I can do that later. I can push this off.
You haven't paid any dues.
I can't afford to push nothing off.
You haven't paid any dues, but you're looking for an equity card.
I need to wake up to that sometimes. Sometimes I'm really not awake to that.
And a lot of people, they just want to jump. We have turned into the work smart generation. We don't want to put anything into ourselves, let alone anybody. Oh no, I can't invest in you. Why would I want to invest in you? There's no quick return.
I wouldn't. But then within here, and I wouldn't really classify that as work smarter then, because it obviously wouldn't be smart.
Well, the work smart declares is quick. But the work smart refers to I really don't want to get my hands too dirty. I don't want to invest too much time. This has to happen right now. So that's work smart. Working hard versus working hard is you've put in the time, you've paid your dues, you've prepared yourself. Working smart means I just aligned
what you're writing about,
and
not regurgitating
what you heard someone else say. Right.
Exactly. And that's part of what it is. Has everybody here? What is your voice, or what do you think it sounds like in terms of what your artistry is? Like,
that's a question.
Yeah, that's kind of the question.
Artistry is definitely about freedom, personal, mental, emotional freedom. Just be. One of the things that I find myself doing all the time when I have conversations with people is really trying to hear, okay, where hear their bondage in their conversation. Where is it that I can hear that you're stuck? That sounds like a place that you can't seem to get past. What's holding you up? What is that? I try to, so I'm about, that is causing you bondage, let it go. Walk away, find your freedom, find your peace, get away from
That's
it, or
so
or
real
work
in life.
through it. Whatever the case is, you may not be able to get away, but you have to figure out a way to go through it. I'm definitely about freedom and finding being yourself as authentically as you possibly can. That's huge.
And that takes a lot. It takes a lot.
It does. It
takes a lot of what some people never tap into. Some people die and they're never themselves.
Never know.
They died as someone else.
They don't even know who they are.
Right.
It's very fun because my mom and I have a lot of conversations.
That's so great. Good.
But she very much had an idea of who she wanted me to be. I'm so not that person. I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm not.
But how connected is that to who she wanted to be?
Right. And that's why I tell her, I said, you had this you grew up not really having a baby doll and wanting to have a baby doll your whole life. And then you got one. I don't want to be no damn baby doll. I've never wanted to be. I didn't want baby dolls as a kid. Like I got Barbies, I'd play with them, but that wasn't like I wasn't running to the store to ask for a Barbie doll. Baby dolls weren't a huge thing. I maybe asked for one once.
Right.
I'm not a dressed up. I can when I want to, or when I feel like it, or when I need to. But I would put on a pair of sweatpants and a t-shirt and go. Like that's
I think parents get this whole grand scheme of life before non-parents do, or timing wise. I think you guys start to get it a lot more because everything that parents normally invest in their children with are due to things that they didn't have themselves, or things that they felt like their parents had got wrong. And they realize my child is not this person. She doesn't want to wear dresses.
I was the only girl. I had my own room. My room was covered in pink lacy things. I had a ton of clothes, most of which I never wore. She'd buy like, oh, this is cute. I wore like 7 things. Like I just, so where was I going?
So you were talking about that your artistry is about freedom.
Yes, and authenticity. So I told her the conversations we have. You said, I'm not going to be that, and I understand that that's what you want, and I understand why. Because I definitely, when I occasionally think about maybe possibly having a daughter, it's like, oh, she'll be so cute in her little dress.
So you don't have any children right now?
I have a son.
A son. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. He's an awesome individual. But I'm not learning from the things that I didn't necessarily like, things that I may think are mistakes. She may not think that they're mistakes. These are kind of like one beautiful thing about having an open conversation with your parent. Once you become a parent, it's very, very enlightening. But having that conversation and saying, I'm never going to be these things.
Yeah.
I appreciate what you do in an effort to try to promote that in me. And there is some value in some of these things, and some of these things I'll work on, but for the most part, I don't want to be a picture, No. I'm a person.
I want to be real.
Right. And I spend when I decided I wanted to be an actor at like 11, I told myself, okay, if I'm going to spend my life pretending to be other people, when I am myself, there cannot be any pretending. It must always be as authentic and real as possible. And I moved to a place, it was actually after I graduated high school, because that's when that fear was able to leave me. I moved to a place of telling the truth all the time and the whole truth. I'm not leaving nothing out. So don't ask me no questions if you don't want to know the answer, because you're going to catch all of the answers messing around with me. And my parents don't ask me questions these days because of that. But
they'd be like,
that was right.
Why you got to go against everything I say?
Well, because you asked me a question, I gave you my honest
my opinion.
Right, who I really am. Right. Don't ask questions. If you think you asked because you thought maybe. Right. Then you got it in the face.
You gotta let me.
Right.
Let me give you the answer. This is what it
is. but finding those moments to be that authentic within your artistry is a part I think we all have, because we all are products of what we were taught to be or what we were raised to
Our
be.
assimilation.
But finding that freedom in who you are. And one of the things that, like, I always say to Christian, and I don't know how authentic she is within herself, but that's some of the things that I always see in you being on stage. Like, you're not afraid to be ugly. And I say ugly, and that means the realness and the rawness of that moment.
But that's so powerful, especially as an actor and a singer. You can't be afraid to let the tears and the snot because that's real. That's real emotion that's coming from a real place. When you are actually upset about some shit, you don't really give a fuck about.
It's one of the things that Lauryn Hill, that's one of the things that Lauryn Hill talks about. She does not, like, her voice cannot be this perfect instrument at all times. I'm a woman, I age, certain times of the month is not going to sound the same,
right?
And that's the reality of it. But now we're seeing individuals like that, and some of real people that we see like that, and we don't know how to take that.
So you
like,
see all these
real is not real anymore. Yeah, rappers with degrees, or
Tupac wanted to sing. I'm telling you right now, Tupac wanted to sing.
He wanted to be a rock star.
I'm telling you, he wanted to sing.
Yeah, they all do. Nelly
wanted to sing.
He raps because he wants to really sing, but he probably doesn't.
Yeah.
Sound as great singing, so he'll just rap, sing.
Because somebody told him that's not what he's supposed to do. And instead of him going to seek training in that, he did what was acceptable. But we're gonna take. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're gonna take a quick break.
Our
We'll
last
be right
break.
back. Our last break. We're coming back for our last. I know it's been a good conversation. So
Stay all
check
night.
out our sponsors and those you hear on our commercials. Help us pay our bills, and don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Don't do it.
What is hood respect? Family, life, work, love. We are all from the hood and we all want respect. That's why we wear Hood Respect. Available in men's, women's, and kids. For more information and ordering options, contact Instagram at Hood Respect, Facebook to Mel Martin Sr., and email at hoodrespect.tms71@gmail.com. The look you need is Hood Respect.
Okay, so just type the job website address here. That's it. Then you enter what job you're looking for there.
Electrician. This is Peter. Recently, he got help going on the internet for the first time to look for a new job.
Okay, then you just hit search and...
In the past, Peter's gotten work through people he knew, but he heard there were more jobs online.
There we go.
These are all for me?
Uh-huh.
Really?
He had no idea just how many.
I can't believe it. This one looks good.
Peter is thinking the internet might be for him after all.
And this is just one website.
Wow. Why didn't I do this sooner?
See what the internet can help you do at everyoneon.org or call 1-855-387-9166 to find a free training class near you. Brought to you by Connect to Compete and the Ad Council.
Yeah, we back again. Fly T Miles.
Your boy Sack Banger. It is what it is.
Hip Hop K.
You're struggling with your mortgage. You think about it. You don't do anything but think about it.
What are we going to do if we lose the house? Where are we going to go?
At work.
I can't let anybody find out. I'm so embarrassed.
At dinner.
How can I tell the kids? It's going to wreck their lives.
And at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get through this. What's going to happen to us?
It's time to stop thinking. It's time to start dialing. Call 1-888-995-HOPE for a free government program that offers expert one-on-one advice about your mortgage options.
I'm all alone.
No, you're not. We've helped over 1 million homeowners, and we want to help you. And now there are more ways to help. Call 1-888-995-HOPE or visit makinghomeaffordable.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Treasury, HUD, and the Ad Council.
Hey, what's up? This the man you all know and love, E. Digger. He caught me off guard, for real.
Hey, this is Broken Devil. Hey, y'all, this is your girl, Miss.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back.
positive outlook or a good attitude, regardless to the amount of oppression we have had to deal with for such an extended period of time. We have still found joy, laughter, and music in that. And for me, when you can find that, I think that's right. That kind of resilience. There's nothing more human to me, because we have been able. We consider ourselves survivors, right? That's what it is to be human. Is to just make it. Is to find the next step and take it. And I think that African Americans are resilient. And for me, that's one of the most beautiful expressions of humanity that you can find anywhere.
Yeah.
So my question, I like to ask this to guests, and I'll start with the two of you, and then I'll go over time. To your 17-year-old self, what would you say?
Girl.
Yeah.
Little girl.
Yeah.
Sit tight. Just sit tight. Little girl, sit tight. 17, you said?
Because that's kind of the age where the world is starting to reveal itself to you, but it's also a scary part because you don't know. You feel like you got a million years ahead of you, and then when you wake up and you're 30, your knees hurt.
I would tell her that it's important to work hard, no matter what, in everything that I do, in everything that you do. If you're gonna do it, you might as well put everything into it. So that's something that I don't really say this to myself. I don't say that to myself, but those are my thoughts. Like, those are the kind of thoughts that I have now, which I think have helped me to develop and to keep pushing on and on and on and on and on. But I would tell her to just to relax and remember that, you gotta put the work in to get the kind of results that you want, and that you want to be proud of, and you want to be remembered for, and you want to experience again, because it keeps happening.
So focus on what you want.
Yeah. And it was really difficult for me. So I'm not, I don't have any regrets, though. That's what I don't have. But
That's what I don't have. That's awesome.
I don't have regrets, because I really realized at a young age, and I don't know how old I was probably like 15, 16, something teenage time. But I was starting to think more philosophically about
once I'm starting to be
life and my purpose, and maybe not so deep on the level of my purpose, really, but probably more or less who I want to be in that moment, whoever I wanted to be. I remember this one thing, and it's probably so like material or small, petty, or whatever you might think, but people around me, I didn't understand why people would always laugh at other people. It just seemed like a lot of fakeness. And I'm like, but ding, ding, there's a red flag or whatever. I don't have to fit into something where I don't feel comfortable. And so that's when I realized that, but I'm not going to say that I realized it to its fullest extent.
Right.
But I started to realize it's okay to do things that I want to do.
Yes.
And don't have to do things that others want me to do so that I can look a certain way to others.
Yes.
It's just, I had to start. That was a start, though. I did not have it, but that was the beginning of that kind of mentality.
I guess because my father grew. Let's see, my father.
Hold on, let me ask her, and then you can finish out.
Okay, so to my 17-year-old self, I would tell her that water is your best friend. I would tell her to start saving some money. It is your friend. I would tell her to make a decision and stick with it. To make a decision and be comfortable in that decision and really go for it.
Right.
Yeah.
What you figure out what you like. I think I would say, you're old enough. You're not old, but you're old enough to say okay, whatever it is you like doing, get serious about it now.
Yeah, get serious. Yeah,
That's it. I would tell her to get serious.
Yeah.
I mean, the play is going to come. The play is inevitable. You're going to be able to play. You're going to be able to have good times. And you're going to have more good times the harder you work and the more you get serious about a thing.
There you go.
Get serious about a thing. Just one at least.
Yeah. Look at Christian growing up.
Yeah, that's
She's
real.
such a young whippersnapper.
I would say, leave these alone. Okay. Sorry.
But focus on what's in front of you.
Yes.
And not what's on the sides of you, because those are distractions.
Yeah,
focus ahead.
Or inspiration. They are inspirations. So I would tell myself to be more in tune with what is going on around you. So I couldn't believe at 17 I was a little oblivious and kind of green, a lot of green to stuff that was going on.
Really? Well, that's the moment when things start to reveal itself to you. You may not know all the who, what, where's, and why's, but I can see this foolishness in front of me. I don't really know why it's foolishness or how it's foolishness, but you got to really, you got to really focus on it. Now, I'm not saying ignore the things to the side, because you have to pay attention, because these things will throw things at you, but you have to focus on what's ahead of you, making clear decisions, being positive, and just focusing on the things that you gut viscerally want and not the things that people are just putting in your lap.
I would tell her also to cherish your friends, for real. Cherish your friends. Treat them nicely. I would tell her people like gifts, even when you people like to hear thank you, and people like little gifts. When you really appreciate it, just tell them and show them often. I would tell her that.
The only thing I could really tell my 17-year-old self that I know would make a difference would be to stop being afraid. Just do it. Just trust in what you know about yourself and go. If I hadn't been afraid, I never would have come home from Miami. I probably would have developed a little career there. There's they've got, Miami's got an incredible theater life. And they also do movies and commercials in Miami. So you can have a nice little, you can make yourself a nice little career without being famous. Because by the time I hit 17, I realized I didn't really want to be famous. I like my privacy. And I understood that there is none when you hit a certain level. But I would definitely tell myself, don't be afraid anymore. Just stop fearing. Just don't fear.
I would tell myself all the things that you weren't able to do, you'll get to do. That's it. So tomorrow, thank you ladies for coming on.
Thank you so much.
Really appreciate it. Tomorrow here, 12 p.m. open house, Big Expose, 110 East Lexington Street. Be here.
Be here.
Or just why? Why not?
Yeah, really.
That was the Artist Exchange show. We'll tune in next Friday.
Peace. We have another show a little later tonight, don't we?
Oh.
Tonight? It is what it is. Comes on right after this one.
Yes.
I know it's on. I gotta find it. I know that bitch talking about somebody. Oh my gosh, what channel? What station? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna miss it.
I mean, that bitch always talking about somebody. I don't know what's going on.
I know. Remember what he said about me?
He always talking about somebody. As soon as somebody